Good evening, divine beings of light. I am Soul Reviver Sandhya, an international trainer with Access Consciousness, life coach, energy healer, and a transformation coach. This is my brief introduction. I am associated with Ear to Hear platform as Regional Influencer Delhi. In this context, we provide online and offline sessions on mental health. So, today the topic of my session is Access Consciousness Creating Beyond the Mental Health. We try to help women who are in need and who really wish to open their heart to come out of any stress, depression, or any type of mental disorder. Before I start my session, there is a small message from the founder for our viewers to know about Ear to Hear.
Mental health is how you feel, how you think, how you behave. It's part of life and it's not a stigma anymore. Hello everyone, I am Rucha Mehta, founder of a beautiful initiative, Ear to Hear. We started 5 months back, which was on 1st of Jan, and we have representatives from lot of cities and states. I would like to request you to join us to make a difference in your city, in your state. We would like to welcome all the women to come forward and support us because together we can and we will make a difference.
So, you had already seen Richa Mehta, who is the founder of Ear to Hear. So, before starting my session, I just need to say a few words that we all look up to strong, independent women. But how do we become one ourselves? It's easy to give in to feelings of self doubt and back down from the challenges. But that's certainly not what being a strong woman is all about. When we do the best we can, we never know what miracle is wrought in our life or in the life of another. I could not, at any age, be content to take my place by the fireside and simply look on. Life was meant to be lived. Curiosity must be kept alive. When must never, for whatever reason, turn his back on life. I've come to believe that each of us has a personal calling that's as unique as a fingerprint. And that's the best way to succeed is to discover what you love and then find a way to offer it to others in the form of service, working hard, and also allowing the energy of the universe to lead you. I ask you today to always keep a part of yourself with you. Do not surrender yourself completely in any relationship in the name of love, in the name of receiving. Love at times give you too much. The more you give is only an indication that more you need in return. And when it doesn't come in that measures, it definitely make you give more. It's a cycle that would need to be stopped. The only person you can and must love is yourself. It's time to make choices and release past patterns to change the energy of your current relationship issue. It's time to step back and take your power back to yourself. It's time to make yourself a priority. Have you ever thought how you are abusing self in the process? The harm you are doing to your mental and physical well being. Make yourself very important, and the world will mirror the same. No doubt, don't be a selfish. Just draw boundaries around. In this context, I want to share an affirmation that I draw boundaries of self love and make way for life to give me back the love which I deserve. Even if you have tried positive thinking, affirmations, and mindfulness, and are still feeling overwhelmed, hopeless, and unworthy, even if you are accepted that this is just the way it is, that you can't change, and that the negative voice in your head, you know, the one that tells you you are not good enough or smart enough or XYZ enough, is here to stay. That you will always feel hopeless and lack of sense of purpose, even if all of the above is true. But something else is possible in your life. Access consciousness works on questions, and it always give you that don't look for the answers. What if the problem isn't you? What if you don't have to change anything about who you are to find the joy you have been looking for? What if things didn't have to be so hard all of the time? We all know the need for perfection is killing us. Everywhere we look, we see the people around us showing a curated highlight reel of their lives. This endless perfection need, whether it to be the perfect job, house, body, car, handbag, outfit, spouse, or otherwise, is leading to an epidemic of people feeling an overwhelming sense of despair that their own life isn't good enough, or worse, that they aren't enough. But what if you are already enough? Are you willing to believe that you are the gift the world needs just the way you are? Epidemic, now more than ever. The mental health of our world is at a crisis point. After many months spent in isolation with an uncertain future ahead, many people feel a lack of hope and a sense that they are simply unworthy compared to the seemingly perfect lives they see around them. Did you know many health experts, including the World Health Organization, have warned of a decline in the collective mental health of our global society as a result of the events of 2020? In light of the fear and uncertainty present in our world, many access consciousness facilitators and practitioners around the world are offering free access consciousness sessions to provide hope and relief to those who really need it. Some of the facilitators and practitioners who offer these sessions have overcome their own mental health struggles and feelings of not being enough and have joined in the powerful initiative from despair to spreading joy. Now, I want to share an incident about the co founder of Access Consciousness. His name is Dr. Dane Heer, and we are going to see how Access Consciousness led Dr. Dane Heer to discover the magic of complete self acceptance. From the outside, Dr. Dane Heer had a seemingly perfect life, but no one knew that he had set a date to take his life. He credits Access Consciousness with changing his life after just one session, and years later has dedicated his life to sharing his story and helping other battles feeling of unworthiness. Now I wish to introduce some stories of change. We believe it is time to end the stigma around discussing vulnerability and struggling with poor mental health. Too often, the facilitators will say they felt alone before discovering these tools of change. This is why we created stories of change to reinforce the message that you are not alone and you are, in fact, a gift to the world. People from around the world have shared their stories of what they have personally changed around depression, anxiety, PTSD, and more. They discuss the tools they use to move from despair to hope and share how they arrived at a place of self acceptance. People from all walks of life, children and adults alike can experience the benefits of having the bars run. Mental clarity, motivation, feelings of joy and happiness, relaxation, improved sleep, reduction in the severity of anxiety and depressive symptoms, the ability to handle stress and overwhelm. So, let's talk about access consciousness bars. So, the best tool that is in access consciousness is access bars. So, all of your negative voices, thoughts, feelings, and experiences will wiped off. Consider them gone, like pressing the delete button on your computer and say bye bye. Because when you start working through your consciousness, when you start working through more of awareness, you can create anything in your life. And as I already said, that access consciousness work on questions only, and it doesn't look for the answer. So ask yourself, what if things could be easy? When you are stuck in any door or any situation, you can ask, what else is possible? How could it possibly get any better than this? So, ready to hit reset on your brain. Access Consciousness, a global personal empowerment movement, present all over the world and has announced a month long super initiative in response to the COVID 19 mental health crisis, too, aligned with World Suicide Prevention Day and World Mental Health Day. Facilitators will offer complimentary sessions and they also provide the doors that is open. Anyone is seeking hope after many months of isolation and uncertainty. The mental health of the global population is in crisis due to the prolonged effects of isolation during the COVID, the pandemic, and an ongoing climate of uncertainty and fear. You know, when we start working in light of this growing concern, access consciousness has gone above and beyond their usual annual offering of complimentary sessions with the creation of the You Are Not Alone. Everybody knows that people, they really wish that somebody should listen to them. Somebody should listen and they really wish to speak and come out of stress. And what our doctors say, whatever our psychiatrists say, they really say that the people who speak out, they come out of depression, they come out of their mental stress and mental illness and will go live stream globally. And the series has been created in an effort to break the stigma around showing vulnerability and discussing feelings of unworthiness and mental illness, such as depression, anxiety, and PTSD, and to share the positive stories of those who have found support and relief in access consciousness. You know, the amount of fear, anxiety, and depression that is happening in the world right now due to this pandemic is devastating to witness. We have thousands of inspiring stories and testimonials from facilitators who have experienced immense relief after undergoing, and we wanted to find a way to show people that there is hope in the world and that there can be relief for this feeling of despair. This is what Ear to Hear is doing. It has been started only for the people who are undergoing through mental illness. And that is what access consciousness is doing beyond the mental illness because it helps the people to co create yourself. It also helps to create positivity in your life. And the most important thing is that there is a defragment the electromagnetic components of stress, thought, and emotions, and has brought relief to thousands internationally. And you know, people really feel so light after getting all the access consciousness tools. And what are access consciousness tools? That is, they work only on questions. The thing that is important is we need to look for our mental health also apart from the physical health. In addition to improved physical health, recipients have reported greater intuitive awareness, more gratitude, kindness, peace, and calm, and easier communication. And you know, things can be changed only when You really wish to. People love access consciousness because access consciousness gives you a strength. It works only to empowering people to know that they know. And the most important tool of access consciousness is all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Access consciousness empowers people to help themselves. It is available to everyone and can be included in your everyday life and can be applied without outside help. The tools and techniques of access consciousness focus on your knowledge about yourself because sometimes we got a denial from your parents, from your colleague, from your bosses because they thought that you can't do this thing, you can't do that thing. But what is important? Your point of view. Access is a different point of view about life. It is based on the idea that you are not wrong, that you know, and that consciousness can shift anything. It gives you access to the new possibilities that exist when you no longer stick yourself and no longer believe that you are stuck. As you all know, the five big problems with life today is stress in normal. Everybody says that yes, stress is a normal thing in today's world. They cannot have everything they desire. Happiness is the act of future as they are busy working in the present. But why it is so? Happiness is our birthright. To create happiness for the future, one has to love themselves. Self love is very important. Everyone else other than themselves is the priority of their life. And there is lack of so many things in the life. And this access consciousness and access bars helps you in creating beyond. It helps you to work on the questions. It breaks down those walls and barriers. This is an opportunity for you to let go of everything. So start asking questions from your life. Start asking questions and don't look for the answer. That is the first and foremost tool of access consciousness. Access consciousness, it is a set of life changing techniques, tools, and processes designed to empower you to create the life you desire. Practiced, dynamic, and pragmatic. It provides step by step processes to facilitate you in being more consciousness in everyday life, and it eliminates all the barriers you have put up to receiving. Because when you open your hands and you start receiving, you can release whatever you have and you can adapt more receiving. But on the other hand, I would like to say that access consciousness release the electromagnetic charge of thoughts, feelings, and emotions, holding all the limitations in place in our lifetime and in your body. They delete all of the limiting point of views, creating a lot and giving you access consciousness in your life. Because when we start questioning from ourselves, then question helps us in creating the beyond. Now let's talk about the power of the questions. Questions are empowering, answers are disempowering, because when we ask questions, we open the doors to new possibilities and choices. Answers led us down a hallway to somewhere where we think we have to go. But when we ask questions, all the doors along that hallway are allowed to open up. Truth. Ask and you shall receive. Simply ask questions daily, aloud or silently. When you get inspired, use your strength in the questions to gain awareness, not answers. These questions change the energy of a situation, which is usually what is keeping things stuck for you. Instead of worrying, ask a question. Ask questions live in the question, be the question, and have fun seeing what changes in your life. This is the first tool. So, as I already shared questions with you, now I would like to share another question. What is right about this that I am not getting? Because every time you start working on questions, you will see a different change in your life. Now coming to the second tool, as I already said, all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. Glory is the exuberance of abundance. You can say this 10 times in the morning and 10 times at night, aloud or silently. Or you can put a sticky note in your bathroom or a reminder in your phone. This just could change your life. Play with it and see what shows up. Now, as far as my life is concerned, I changed a lot after access consciousness. And I am always being there with you. And you can also be with ear to hear. And in the downline, as you can see, the email ID is given. You can contact ear to hear on this. That is eartohear.team@gmail.com, and you can join us. As I already said in my previous session, that not only victims, we really require motivational people around the world who can help women, because, as I already said, I believe in what a woman can do and what a woman can help to the other women. It is not easy to speak up. It is not easy to come out of the stress. It is not easy to create beyond. But as I already said, I have come to believe that each of us has a personal calling that's as unique as a fingerprint. And that's the best way to succeed, is to discover what you love and then find a way to offer it to others in the form of service, working hard, and also allowing the energy of the universe to lead you. So I ask you today again to always keep a part of yourself with you. Do not surrender yourself completely in any relationship. in the name of love, in the name of receiving. Love at times give you too much. The more you give is only an indication that more you need in return, and when it doesn't come in that measures, it make you give more. It's a cycle that would need to be stopped. The only person you can and must love is yourself. It's time to make choices and release past patterns to change the energy of your current relationship issue. Come forward, talk to us. We are here to help you. It's time to step back and take your power back to yourself. It's time to make yourself a priority. Have you ever thought how you are abusing your life in this process? The harm you are doing to your mental and physical well being. Make yourself very important, and the world will mirror the same. I don't say that be selfish. No, don't be selfish. Just draw boundaries around you. And I believe that you people could come forward and join ear to hear. As I already said, I am the regional influencer of Delhi. You can send the email at the email given below, eartohear.team@gmail.com, and contact our founder, or you can contact any of the people. So, now concluding my session with a thought that we are here to help you, and we are also here to help ourselves too. So, be there, and thank you so much, Richa, for giving me this opportunity to discuss about access consciousness tools. And this is so grateful that I joined Ear to Hear, because that was my passion, and I got the platform now to create my passion into into the I materialize my passion through Ear to Hear. Thank you so much. Love and light from Soul Reviver, Sandhya, the regional influencer of Delhi. Namaskar.
प्रॉब्लम मुझे भी है, लेकिन कोई शेयर करने वाला नहीं है।
You can talk to me. I'm there for you. Come and join us on the below number. We will keep it a secret. The promise that you will have a smile before